Hi, welcome back. I'm Heidi, and we are at the end of my Intro to Yoga series. And I am so impressed, and give yourselves like a pat on your back or something for showing up for you. And this has just been so awesome. A great journey of learning and exploring and just really understanding a lot about your body. I remember when I first started yoga, I really had no awareness of my body whatsoever. Even though I was so active, I just didn't really have this deep understanding. And I'm so excited for you that you're starting on this journey where you're going to learn more and more about your body. And you're also going to be kinder to yourself too over time. I know there'll be some times you're like, oh, I want to get into this really cool pose. But over time, you're going to realize like, oh, it's a cool pose and all, but today it just doesn't suit me. You do you. Enjoy moving here, breathing. It really is going to become part of just like, you're just going to feel so good. I feel amazing after every class. All right, so what are we going to do in today's class? You know, I love blocks. So I'm really going to do my class today using these blocks, a lot of them. You can use them, you don't have to use them. That's the beauty of this. This is your practice. We're going to flow through most of the poses that we have covered over this course, moving really slowly with our breath. What you're going to try and focus here is really moving or being in a pose with your breath. And that takes practice. So do not beat yourself up about that. It took me a long time before I really started finding that connection of like, oh, inhale, lift your arms up, exhale, bring your hands down. It takes some time and practice because you're also trying to figure out like, wait, where does my feet have to go? Where are my hands going? Be great. Give yourself some grace. All right. Okay, let us get started. We're going to start in a child's pose. So knees towards the edge of your mat, your big toes to touch. Sit on back, extend the arms nice and long. Bend the elbows so your forearms come down to the earth and let your forehead rest down on the earth. Soften through the shoulders. Maybe you bring your knees out a little wider if you need them to. And we're going to just focus here on the breath. Eyes closed. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth side out like you're fogging the mirror. Breath in. Breath out. Ujjayi breath in through the nose. Seal your lips, nice audible breath. And inhale, you're going to press your hands down onto the earth and lift the elbows off your mat. Firing up the muscles in the arms, straightening them out. Think about hugging your lower ribs in, maybe tilting your tailbone down a little longer, down towards the heels. Take a breath in and a breath out. Slide your hands towards your knees. Come onto all fours, wrists under shoulders. Bring those knees directly underneath your hips, tops of your feet down onto the earth. Inhale, we arch your spine. Exhale, hug it in. Curl, chin to chest. Inhale, we arch, collarbone forward, tilting the tailbone to the sky. And think about tilting the tailbone down, hugging belly button in, hug lower ribs in, dome in the upper back, chin to your chest. One more round like that. Inhale. And exhale. Come to a neutral spine. We're going to curl your toes, downward facing dog. Let's lift those hips up. We're going to tilt the tailbone to the sky. Let's straighten out the arms. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Hug your lower ribs in. And then notice what you want to do with the legs here. Breath in. As you breathe out, maybe you straighten the legs out a little. Spin the inner thighs towards the back of the room. Nicely done. Nice. Let's lift your right leg all the way up and back. Take a breath in here. You're going to bend the knee and you're going to roll that hip open. Send that right leg all the way up and back. Let's square off the hips. Remember, using those outer hip muscles and that right inner thigh to get that activation in their hips to square off the hips. Beautiful. Bring your knee in towards your chest, and you're going to step it through for that moon pose. I'm going to use these blocks here now. I'm going to bring that back knee down. Moon pose. Arms go up. Breath in here. Let's cactus your arms and open your chest and bring that right knee forward. Exhale it out. Arms go up. Breath in. Bring your hands down to the blocks or onto the mat. Send your hips back, half splits. Breath out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Bend that right knee. I'm going to bring my blocks just on either side of the feet. Left hand on the left block. Right arm up for a nice gentle twist. Beautiful. Soften that right shoulder away from the ear. Breath in. Breathing out. Bring your right hand down to the earth. Curl your back foot if you haven't already. Lift your back knee up. Runner's lunge. Inhale. And let's straighten that front leg. Exhale. Pyramid pose variation. Again, we're going to square off those hips. So right hip back, left front hip point forward. And activate the muscles in the legs. They're nice and strong. Halfway lift. Breath in. Fold forward. Breath out. Rebend that right leg, runner's lunge. And you're going to shift your weight into the front leg as you bring your left foot, feet about hip distance apart to the top of your mat. Coming into a ragdoll. So bend those knees, let the chest rest on the thighs, pinkies opposite elbow creases, and let your head be heavy. See where you can soften here. Soften in the belly. Soften in the forehead, the jaw, tongue, neck, shoulders. Beautiful. Just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Let's release your hands down onto the block or onto the floor. Halfway lift. Inhale. Come up to your fingertips on the block, or maybe it's on the shins. And then fold it forward again. Exhale. Nice and slowly roll all the way up. As you tilt the tailbone down, come on up, roll the shoulder blades down your back, hands by your side, hug your lower ribs in. Just be here for a moment with your eyes closed. Feel your feet firmly placed onto the earth, not crunching of the toes, but feeling the all four corners connected to the earth. Firing up the muscles in the legs, squeezing them into the bones. Feeling the lengthening of your lower back as you tilt your tailbone down slightly and hugging your belly button in towards the spine. Stacking ribs over your hips, softening through the shoulders. Nice long neck. Circle, sweep your arms to the sky. Maybe even look up. Take a breath in here. Bring your hands to touch in prayer and bow down, folding forward. I like to bend my knees. Nice long spine here. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's bring your hands down to the earth. You're going to step it back. Downward facing dog. Exhale it out. Left leg goes all the way up and back. Breath in. Let's bend the knee and roll that hip open. Nice and open here. Remember, we're going to activate that right quad. So come out of that right hip. We have some space there. Left leg goes all the way up and back. And we're going to step it through for that moon pose. Again, you can use those blocks at any time. Bring that back knee down. Reach your arms nice and tall. You know, you're pressing down through the feet. You're tilting your tailbone down, lifting up through the pelvic floor. And then we're going to soften. Bring that left knee forward. Take another big breath in here. Let's cactus your arms. Slide the shoulder blades down your back and think about opening to the front of your body. Yes. Beautiful. Arms go up. Come all the way up like that. Beautiful. And then bring your hands down on, I'm going to use the blocks because I need those. Send the hips back. Half splits. Halfway lift. Breath in here. Maybe you find a little more depth as you come down and fold. Exhale. Go to your end of range of motion where it feels still good in your body. Breath in. Remember, no sharp pain. Breath out. I'm going to walk my hands slightly forward to come back into A gentle twist. So right hand down, left arm comes up. Slide that left shoulder blade away from your ear. Think of essence of that cobra, upward facing dog. So you're sliding the shoulder blades down your back. You're activating the muscles in the back to bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Beautiful. Big breath in here. Exhale. Let's bring your left hand down to the earth. If you haven't curled your back toes, which you don't need to, you can keep them top down. But we're going to curl so you can lift the back knee up for your runners. I'm going to come up into a higher setting with my blocks, pyramid pose variation. And bring your left foot down, or you can bring your left toes up. It's up to you. I'm going to keep them down today. I'm going to square off the hips. Activate the muscles in the legs so they're nice and strong. My back is nice and long. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Breath in. Fold, exhale. Let's re-bend that left leg. Take your right leg and step atop of your mat. You're going to move the blocks out of the way. Take your thumbs into your hip crease and then send those hips back. Bend the knees, collarbone forward. Maybe you bring one hand on either side or on the top of each other, in the lower back. Or you interlace them, roll the shoulder blades back. Take a breath in here, hug lower ribs in. And you're going to fold forward, rinsing out your shoulders. Now, if you need to, you use a strap or a towel to hold on to. See if you can soften in the neck. Nicely done. Let's rebend the knees, release the hands, and slowly come all the way up. Look up, hands up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale it out. Nicely done. Circle sweep. Inhale, arms up. We're going to fold it forward. Exhale. Hands onto the shins or the thighs. Halfway lift. Hands down to the earth. We're going to step your left foot back, right foot follows. High plank. First high plank right here. Feet hip distance apart. I want you to activate the muscles in the legs. Squeeze them into the bones. Now tilt the tailbone down, hug belly button in. Now really important here. No winging in the shoulder blades. So press those in the upper back. Think about that doming in the upper back. And now look slightly forward. Not cranking up with the neck. Just looking slightly forward so your neck is nice and neutral. Collarbone forward. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to shift forward. Breath in here. Bring your knees down. Breath out. Still tilting that tailbone down. Still sliding the shoulder blades down your back. Take a breath in here. And come all the way down there. Feel the elbows brushing past the ribs. Cobra pose. You're going to inhale. Press gently down through your hands. And send your collarbone forward. Sink the shoulder blades towards each other. Remember, the legs are fired up here. The muscles are hugging into the bone. Beautiful. And come back down onto all fours. Downward facing dog. And exhale it out. Take a breath in. And a big breath out. Lift those heels nice and high. Inhale. Let's bend the knees. Bring the hips back. Find that length in the spine. This is called turbo dog. And then you're going to step that right foot forward and the left foot follows. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Press down through the feet and reach on up. You can go as slow as you need to so you don't get lightheaded. And then bring your hands to your heart center and exhale it out. Circle sweep your arms. Inhale, we lift. And we fold it forward. Exhale it all the way out. Beautiful, nice, long, strong back. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on thighs or shins or blocks. Hands to the earth. Step that right leg back. Left leg back. High plank. Hold this here. Now press down through your hands. Hug belly button in. Feel your core firing up. Now you don't want the hips up here, right? That's a very wide downward dog. We want those hips down a little. That's it. You should feel the burning sensation here. All right, let's shift forward. Big breath in here. Bring the knees down, breath out. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale. Let's do a low plank variation. The elbows stop right here. Whew. Send the collarbone forward, shoulder blades back. Hug belly button in. Uncurl the toes. Straighten the arms and then lift up through the kneecaps. Upward facing dog. Nice neutral neck. Hug your belly button in. Curl over the toes. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Big breath in here. Breath out. Lift those heels nice and high. Bend the knees. Send the sit bones back. And then you're going to leap the one right leg forward, then the left or the other way around. It doesn't matter which side you choose. Halfway lift. Nice strong spine. Fold it forward. Exhale. Let's press down through the feet and look all the way up as you slowly go up. Breath in. Hands to heart center. Breath out. Come into a chair. So let's bring those hips back. You're going to lift those toes up so you feel all four corners of your feet down on the earth. Now gently put the toes down. I want to keep my feet hip distance apart. Feel free to put a block in between your thighs for that stability in the core, in the hips, and firing up the muscles in the legs too. This chair pose, it's a good pose. It really fires up all the muscles in the legs. Take a big breath in here. And exhale, sit back a little bit more. Another breath in. All right, you're going to bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to take your left forearm, cross it over the thighs, and then send the right arm up for a twist. Nice, big breath in here. And hands to heart center, breath out. Yes, I know we're here. I know we're burning. The legs are burning. It's okay. Burning is good. Making them stronger. Sharp pain, that's not good. That's when you come out. Big breath in here. Other side, right forearm comes across the thigh. Send your left arm up for a twist. Beautiful. Fill the lungs up. Big breath in here. Okay, we get to rest. Move the block out the way. Fold it forward. Exhale it out. Nice. Halfway lift. Breath in. Hands down to the earth. Let's step it back into a downward facing dog. Breath out. Right leg goes all the way up and back. Inhale. We're going to step it through. Moon pose. Back knee down. Reach arms up. Inhale. Bring your hands to your heart center. Tilt that tailbone down. Take a big breath in. And we're going to twist. So first go forward and then hook your left upper arm to the outside of your right thigh. Now press your right thigh into your upper arm. Place your left upper arm to your right thigh. And you can stay right here, maybe stacking shoulders. Or maybe you're going to lift that back knee up. Ooh, right over there. Beautiful twisted crescent lunge. Bring both hands down onto the floor, runner's lunge. Straighten that front leg. I'm going to use those blocks for a pyramid pose variation. Crescent lunge, rebend that right leg, reach your arms all the way up. Take a big breath in here. Nice. Open up, warrior two. Right knee, right pinky toe. Tilt that tailbone down, lift up through that pelvic floor. Now arms out, wrists in line with the shoulders. Soften the shoulder blades down your back. Hug your belly button in. You guys are doing great. Stay here now with the breath. Inhale. Come down a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right, one more time. Big breath in. Let's bring your right hand onto your thigh, right forearm onto your right thigh, and left arm up. And you go as high as you need to keep that torso straight for your side angle. Take a breath in here. Let's reverse it. Stay low in the legs. The legs don't move. The motion is happening up in the torso. Go up, up, up. Don't even worry about going back. Just think up and let the left hand just drop down and lift that energy up. Beautiful. Come back and call your hands all the way down. Hands onto the block. I'm going to step it back, downward dog with the block to show you this variation with the block. Take a big breath in here. And breath out. Beautiful. Left leg goes all the way up and back. You're going to step it through. Moon pose. Back knee down. Reach arms nice and high. Breath in. Hands to heart center. Breath out. Lean your torso forward. Nice long spine. Then twist. Hooking upper arm to the outside. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you can always bring your right hand onto the inside, either on the block or on the mat. But I'm going to be right here. And what I'm going to show you a little trick here is take your left hand, push it into your right to find that the ribs move away from the thighs, adding that external pressure for that flexibility in the spine. Hug belly button in. Stay right here, or lift that back knee up. Keep that left knee over the left ankle. Beautiful. Big breath in here. Exhale, bring your hands down to the earth. Runners. Let's straighten that front leg. Ooh, pyramid pose variation. That feels so good. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Rebend that left leg. Nice crescent lunge. Reach your arms all the way up. Remember, you can bend that back knee, tilt that tailbone down. Left foot and right foot on like railway tracks, right? To help you with your balance. Right, lift those arms nice and high. Breath in. Let's open up. Warrior 2. Breath out. Outer edge of your foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Left knee, we're trying to open that up. Bring that left knee towards the left pinky toe. Tilt your tailbone down. Find length in that lower back. Reach your arms nice and long. Breath in here. Look forward over the left fingertips. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. One more time. Breath in. All right. Then your left hand down and right arm up for that side angle. Think about what's happening in the shoulder blades. You're going to try to bring them in towards each other. Still tilting that tailbone down towards the back heel. All right, reverse. The legs stay where they are. We're just sending that right hand down the thigh, left arm up to the sky, and then reach up. Find it lengthening all the way up the left side of the body. Nice. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands all the way down, facing the front of the room. We're going to step it back, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, let it out. Right leg goes up. Inhale. You're going to step your right foot between the blocks or between your hands, which are on the floor, depending on what you do. We're going to bend that left leg and we're going to shorten our stance into a really short warrior 1. I'm going to heel turn my right foot out, take my right thumb into my right hip crease. I'm going to use the block on my left hand as a higher setting so I can find some space here and square the hips. Beautiful. Pyramid pose variation. Well, pyramid pose here, not with the variation with the heel up, but now with the heel down. Let's add in a little twist here. Left hand down. Maybe the right elbow or right shoulder goes up. Maybe you extend the arm. Keep shifting that hip back. Nice. Bring your right hand down to the earth or onto the block and then take a step forward. Feet hip distance apart. Halfway lift. Breath in. Fold forward. Breath out. Circle sweep your arms all the way up. Breath in. Hands to heart center, breath out. All right, take your right foot and bring it either to the inside of the calf or onto the inside of your thigh, or use a little kickstand where the ball of your foot is on the floor, making this tree pose. All right, so I'm facing top of my mat and I'm going to bring my right foot into my inner thigh. Remember, we're keeping the hips squared, so my knee is going to be at a 45-degree angle for that to happen. Focusing on one spot ahead of me, hands to your heart center. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. One more big breath in. Breath out. Drop your right foot down, hands down to the earth. Circle sweep your arms up. Inhale and fold it forward. Exhale it out. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold forward, breath out. Again, halfway lift, breath in. Hands down to the earth, please step it back. Downward facing dog, breath out. And left leg goes all the way up and back. And we're going to step it through for that short little warrior 1 leg. So I'm going to use these blocks in the high sitting because I need this for the pyramid pose. Heel toe this left foot out, left thumb into that left hip crease to help square off my hips, just to remind me, because that tends to happen. So I want to square off, find length here. Inhale, hug lower ribs in, exhale. Maybe even fold it forward and get a little deep if that feels good. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold, breath out. Halfway lift, breath in. Let's twist it, maybe lifting that left arm up. Nice, you go as far as you need to go. Beautiful, nicely done. Bring your left hand down and then step your right foot forward and slowly roll all the way up. Balancing pose for today. Tree pose, left leg, your variation. Where do you need to be? Maybe it's hold onto a chair, tree pose today. You listen to your body. So I'm going to bring my my left foot into my right inner thigh. I'm pressing my foot into the right inner thigh, pressing the right inner thigh to the left foot, and sitting up nice and tall, tilting that tilting my tailbone down. There you go. Got it now. Take a breath in and breath out. You fall out, don't worry. You just come back in. Beautiful. Bring your left leg down, hands down by the side. Nicely done. Circle sweep your arms all the way up. Fold it forward. Exhale all the way out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Let's bring your hands down to the earth, step it back, downward facing dog. Exhale it out. And the right leg goes all the way up. Breath in. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Bring the right knee, tap it to the right upper arm. Swing this right ankle across, coming into your variation of half pigeon. Now, if you remember that hip opening class that we did when I gave you all those different variations, you go ahead and find that one for you. Is it reclined pigeon? Are you going to do the 90-90 variation? Or are you going to do this variation of half pigeon? Remember, the top of your foot and the top of the knee of your left leg is straight on the mat. You're lifting this right hip off the mat. And we're going to stay right here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. Breath out. All right, let's place your hands down on the earth. Use your core. We're going to curl those toes, lift that back knee up. Bring the knee into the chest. Use that core. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Nice. Left leg goes all the way up and back. Breath in. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. Bring the left knee, left upper arm. And then ankle crosses over, sitting up for half pigeon on the side. Now I'm going to do the 90-90 variation here for you. So I am going to take a seat on my left sit bones. I'm going to make sure that my shin is parallel to the front of my mat. I'm going to bend my right leg. So it's a 90-90 for me today. You may straighten that back leg if it feels good in your body. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in here. And then walk your hands forward and exhale it out. And just breathe here. So listen to your body. You might have a knee injury on the left side. So that's why I'm feeling a little sensitive on my left leg today. So I'm making some adjustments. Be kind to yourself. Show some grace and compassion. Your body does such amazing, beautiful things for you. And sometimes we speak so badly to it. We'd never speak to another human being the way we speak to our bodies. So let's shift that conversation. Let's be kind. Let's be compassionate. Really take some self-care here. Just by changing the language you use when you're talking to yourself. All right, slowly we're going to come on up. We're not going to move into a downward dog. What we are going to do is swing this right leg forward. We're coming on to a seated position. So if you'd like, you can always bring those blocks nice and close to you. You can use those if you need a little extra support. But let's bring your feet hip distance apart, sit up and nice and tall. Reach your arms forward, slide the shoulder blades down your back, and you want to lean back slightly. Right here, we are engaging your core. Take a big breath in here. Breath out. So you can stay here. As soon as you start seeing this happen, Come back up, lift that chest up to the sky. Feel the core from the inside out active. If you need a little more, lift the one leg up, then the other. And breathe here. You might shake, and that's all good. Shaking is fine. Take a breath in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Another big breath in. And breathe out. Bring your feet down. Stand up nice and tall. All right, let's do that variation of bringing your hips, your upper back. You lean back and chest up to the sky. Hug belly button in. Take a breath in here. And really, really slowly, as slow as you can, you come all the way down onto your back. Nicely done. Just take a little mini Savasana, a little mini break right here. Straightening out the legs, arms out. Breath in. Breath out. Okay, we're going to do a supported bridge. So I'm going to take my block. I'm going to walk my feet up towards my sit bones, feet hip distance apart. I'm going to use the lowest setting today, but you can use the middle, you can use the high setting too. Today, the lowest setting is speaking to me. I'm going to walk my shoulder blades in towards each other and get those arms a little closer to my side. So I'm also opening up through the front of my chest. And remember, you might need a little more, so you can always lift the hips up and go, okay, no, that actually feels really good. I did need a little bit more. Maybe you interlace your hands and you lift up off the block completely. It is completely up to you what you need to do today. Just be here with the breath. Inhale and exhale. I think I learned the most. Well, I learned so much in yoga. I keep saying the thing I learned the most, but really, like every day I do yoga, I learn something new about myself, about my body. And one of the things I did learn was just listening to my voices in my head. Like, what do I say to myself? Like, you can really speak to yourself in a kind way where you maybe notice some anxiety coming up, and you can ask yourself, why? What's going on? Where am I feeling it in my body? What do I need to do to shift that energy? What needs to change? And you just breathe here and just listen to your body. You have so much wisdom, your intuition. You really know what you need to do. All right, let's undo. We're going to bring the shoulder blades further apart from each other, broadening the upper back. Press down through the feet. I'm going to move my block now into the lowest setting. I'm going to lift the legs up for waterfall pose or leg up the wall. Remember, you can move up right next to the wall too. Lift one leg up, then the other. Now, I did show you shoulder stand. I showed you plow. And if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to stay right here today. If you also want to move your toes around and your ankles, you do that. It's your practice. The only way you learn about your body is by moving it in different places, by trying different things, listening and exploring, investigating. I just always invite you to do that very slowly and with a lot of presence in mind, like really be present so you can avoid injuries by making any adjustments according to how you're feeling. Nice. All right, let's bring that right foot down and then the left. Lift up the hips so you can move the block out the way. And then let's come into a Supta Baddha Konasana or butterfly legs. Soles of your feet touch, knees go out nice and wide. Maybe you want to bring one hand onto your heart, one into your belly, or maybe the hands by your side, whatever's comfortable for you. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Let's bring your hands down by your side. Soles of your feet down on the earth. His heel to this, feet hip distance apart. All right, we're going to take that right leg up to the sky. And we're going to cross it over like you'll be sitting on the chair and you're crossing your legs over. Bring your arms, letter T, or cactus the arms, whatever works for you. I'm going to cactus mine. I'm going to press down on my left foot, lift the hips up, and I'm going to swivel to bring the left outer hip onto the center of the mat, and then drop both knees down. Now, if you want to get into your lower back, then keep the shoulder blades down into the earth, and you get a little stretch in the lower back's outer hip muscles. If you want to get in more to the upper back, then you're going to bring the knees down and let that right shoulder pop up, and it just stretches, it opens up to the front of the chest and gets a little bit more into the upper back. You listen to your body. What do you need? No sharp pain. Nice. And also, if this crossing the leg doesn't work for you, undo it and just stack the knees. Nice. Come back to center. And just bring your lower back down onto the earth. Let's do a quick little happy baby, shall we? Hands up, feet up to the sky, hold onto the outer edges. Press the knees to the outer edge of your torso. Push down with the hands, push up with the feet. Broaden your lower back down to the earth. That feels so good on the lower back. You're the happy baby, so maybe you want to swivel side to side. It's up to you. Nice, and then release, bring both feet down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Let's lift that left leg all the way up, and we're going to cross it over. Now, again, you can do the figure 4, you can cross the leg, you can keep the knees towards each other. But what I do want you to do is make sure that you lift those hips up, swivel that right outer hip down to the center of the mat, so you have a nice straight spine, and then you twist, and then drop the knees. Maybe you take a block and support it under the knee. Maybe extend the arms. Remember, where do you want it more? Do you want it in the upper back, or you want to bring the shoulder blades down and get it more in the lower back, left outer hip? It's up to you. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then slowly, we're going to come all the way back out, broadening your lower back down to the earth. Please bring your knees in towards your chest. Bring your forehead and your knees to touch. Give yourself a nice tight hug. So wrap those arms around your shins. Take a big breath in here. And then Savasana. Take up as much room as you like, extending your legs nice and long. Arms out to the side. Palms can face up if you want to receive more. Palms can face down if you want to feel a little more grounded. I invite you to close your eyes, and then just to be here in the still Savasana. Let's bring awareness to the breath. Notice how the air comes in to the base of the nostril. And notice the air coming out to the base of the nostril. Maybe you notice the temperature of the air coming in and the temperature of the air coming out through your nose. Maybe you notice the subtle movements that your body makes as the air comes in through the nose, filling up the chest. And as the chest falls, as the air comes out. Choose one, whatever one you're going to notice, and bring all your awareness to that. Whether it be the temperature, where the air enters and exits, or the movement of the breath. And just bring your awareness here. And notice that focusing just on the breath takes practice. Your mind will wander. That's what your mind does. When it does, just notice that it's wandered, and then bring your awareness back to your breath, whether it be the temperature, the subtle movement it makes in the body, or where it enters or exits. Just keep noticing the breath. Your mind wanders like clouds float in the sky. Just let them pass by, noticing that it's passing by, but not attaching to it, not going with it, and then coming back to the breath. In the beginning, while you are practicing this stillness, this mindfulness, there'll be a lot of clouds. But over time, the space between the clouds or the thoughts, it becomes bigger and longer, and your mind becomes stiller. Some days you have these really long, quiet moments, and other days mind just doesn't want to be still. Just keep practicing. Just gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You slowly circle sweep your arms up to the sky, taking a big breath in here. Bring your hands to your heart center. Exhale it out. Thank you so much for joining me, for showing up, for taking the time to learn more about you. The self-care that is so, so important for you, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. Please will you bring your thumbs to your forehead center, hands still in prayer. Namaste.